Hello everyone, it's Sean. I'm back at Petawawa Terrace Park and I've reached the park bench and that marks the beginning of our journey. So we came from there, that was part one, and last week we were over here and we came up when we finished last week. We came up this pedestrian road here all the way from the swamp or the marsh. I'm not sure which it is. You can see the river out there. So this time going beyond the park bench towards the hydro lines and the ski hill, and this will be Petawawa Terrace Park Part 3. This is Saturday, April 20th, and this video will be released on Friday, April 26th, which happens to be my stepdad's birthday. Trail junction signs. And then we continue along. Look at that. It almost looks like a bird nest, but it's just actually a branch of a pine tree. And now we continue straight ahead of us. I'll get still for that picture. And until we get to the ski hill. And you can see the tan marsh over there. So we'll see what kind of good picture we get for the thumbnail for this week's video. Maybe we'll get the ski hill itself and we can compare that one to the one in Deep River. That's the Mount Martin ski hill. Not much to show here except the logs on each side and how the trail is turning from dark dirt to light dirt. Not much yet for the thumbnail, but at least you can see around us how you can see a lot more undergrowth because it's a lot more deciduous trees than the first part of the park. Still no leaves, although there's a lot of red buds getting ready to sprout, as you can see. And the good thing about it being a slightly cloudy day, well, overcast day, I can actually see the phone screen today. Alright, so we're beyond the trail junction where it changes colors. You can see all the dead logs that are piled up here, and another shelter through which you can stare right down to the swamp. So, if nothing else, there's a good thumbnail right there. Alright, here we are. We're not at the end yet, though we are at a trail junction. You can see the birch trees here and how much closer we are to the road. Of course, I'll probably take that loop. Now this is another road that arcs its way downward towards the swamp, you see it. It says Wigwam House and everything, see on the sign? So that's probably part of what we didn't get last time. But that could be the bonus footage, you know, come back another weekend and do that bonus footage. Yeah. And there's a very skeletal looking lean-to. Oh, there's a good thumbnail also. Get the park bench out of the way and picture. All right. So now we keep going until we get to that hydro line / ski hill end of the park. And here we go. We're approaching the it is a hydro line thing. Okay, so this will be a good thumbnail too. The culmination of this journey. Of course, we'll go up there to see what lies beyond. But in the meantime, here's the best thumbnail I can think of. Ottawa River, power lines, and kind of like a water-based version of the Appalachian Mountains, because there was power lines going right down at one point in one of the river valleys. And you can see if someone was brave enough, they could take this trail all the way down. But you see the water down there, so you wouldn't want to do that. Oh, and look, get that picture of the islands. I'll zoom in and crop for the thumbnail later. Alright, so on to the last bit of trail, and we'll see what lies ahead. You can see where we came from. I don't think this part of the trail is looping at all. We're going to have to reverse course slightly, but we're at the western edge of the park, right near some of the neighborhoods. I believe that's Civic Center Road up there. So we'll take a picture of the signs. Here we go. There's one, and there's another. When they get in view, there we go. And you can see Civic Center Road down there. Okay. And to get the proper effect, might as well stand on this side and have the yellow gate framing the two signs. There you go. So that could be a thumbnail too. Especially if you manage to get those hydro lines in the center. There you go. Alright, so now we make our way back to where we came from, and we take the path that is closest to the road for the return journey. And of course, we want to get, here's a nice dramatic thumbnail also. You can see the river and the trail and the hydro lines and everything. And that's quite beautiful. Alright, here we go onto the trail that'll take us close to the road and back to the parking lot. And you can see how we're beginning to enter the pine tree zone again. That's quite a nice picture. There we go. And what I'm going to do in a couple of months, when I go on my house hunting trip for Borden, is I will try to stop by the RMS Seguin docking port, the port of Gravenhurst, and see if I can get some video there. There's another lean-to or shelter. But no, I think the picture where the hydro lines frame the river, or the view of the river itself, will be a good thumbnail for part 3 of Petawawa Terrace Park. Alright, first trail junction. Not much to see here, but as you can see, there you go. See the path through the neighborhood. So another entrance of the park. See, it goes right up to that gate there. Alright, we continue on now. Alright, we're getting more into the woods now, and some moss-covered logs on the ground and everything, and we're getting more heavily into pines and spruce now, mostly pine, I think. So that's good. And you can see some more on the bushes, how the leaves are getting ready. See? Zoom in on the bud there. See that in the center of your screen? Right there. Huh. So we're getting there. Hopefully another 2 weeks the leaves will come out. Alright, we're approaching another trail intersection sign, but as I suspected, the best pictures and therefore the best thumbnail choices were at the very end of the trail. Now look at this. This is interesting. You could go straight ahead, or you could go, alright, picture, or you could go to the left through the forested trees, or you could go to the right. Now I think the right is where I went way back when I did part 1. So this time, I'm going straight ahead and we're going to see what happens. Actually, I am going to arc to the left slightly. Now if it takes us all the way back to where we were when we came here, but I don't think so. I think it's just going to take us through the center of the trees, and you can see how beautiful that is. Yeah, this is a good way. So far. If I end up back on the leg of the trail that I was on before, which it appears it's aiming towards, and we'll just stop here, get pictures of the moss on the ground, which again on my phone is a lot more orange than it is to my eye. Yeah, it's going to arc us over towards the forest and everything, so I'm going to turn back here and take the other